To the #1 daily Bitcoin pod. Let's get it. In today's show, I'll be breaking down the latest Bitcoin technical analysis as we just tapped a 19-month high of $38,800. Let's freaking go. Also, breaking news, millions are fleeing to the repressive regimes out of the United States and Canada and the EU, etc., and migrating to El Salvador, the new land of the free, quoting the high priest of Bitcoin, Max Kaiser. Also, Bitcoin ETFs user experience will drive the adoption, according to the eToro CEO. We'll also be discussing Bloomberg analyst says the SEC is lining up to potentially approve all the spot Bitcoin ETF apps in January, and there's currently 13 of them. Also, in today's show, breaking news. Grayscale is preparing for the Bitcoin ETF launch with the hiring of Invesco ETF executive as the managing director to head the distribution and strategic partnerships. We're all set. Let's freaking go. Also breaking news, the president of Colombia is now officially a Bitcoin hodler. That's right, Samson Mao sent him 100,000 sats, and they're already discussing Bitcoin adoption for the beautiful country of Colombia, which has a population of roughly 50 million people. Also in today's show, on-chain analyst Willy says on-chain Bitcoin metric is flashing the same bullish pattern as last year's market bottom, which can send the price action to $524,000 per BTC. Also in today's show, I'm going to be sharing a catalyst which can trigger a Bitcoin explosion to multiple six figures at neck-breaking pace, according to the Strike CEO, Jack Mallers. We'll also be taking a look at the overall crypto market. All this plus so much more in today's show. And welcome everyone just joining us. Massive congratulations to all the Bitcoin hodlers out there because we just hit 19-month highs. It's been a long time coming and we are so close to recapturing $40,000. Let's freaking go. Shout out to everyone out there. Let me know how the stream is today, if it is smooth, loud and clear. Shout out to Alex Watson, 5 years after the next halving. Have you been a hodler for 5 years? Massive congrats. Shout out to the cuff. How long till MicroStrategy or Grayscale are the most valuable companies in the world? That's a great question. At the rate Michael Saylor is purchasing Bitcoin, it won't take long. He just bought another 16,000 Bitcoin, which he announced the other day for over $500 million. They now collectively, just MicroStrategy, holds over 174,000 BTC. And yes, Grayscale GBTC product is currently holding over 620,000 BTC. So Michael Saylor's company has roughly 0.8 or 0.9% of the entire Bitcoin supply currently in circulation, which is wild. You know what I mean? Shout out Neo Styles. Appreciate you tuning in. Shout out Felix Hopkins. Shout out Barry Bitcoin. Top clear. Music to my ears. I appreciate it. Miles says, let's freaking go. 40,000 incoming. Send it. And you'll notice a live poll. Let me know when you feel the Bitcoin price action is likely to break that $40,000 resistance. Will it be within the next 24 hours? Within the next 48 hours? Before December 7th or after December 7th, please do let me know. Shout out Relaxing and Meditation Music. I appreciate tuning in, supporting the show. Shout out to our moderators, of course. We got Maximus, we got Dankness, we got the Coin Father, we got Streamlabs and the rest of the crypto fam. What it do? Silvertop, welcome fam. Just a few more stats below 38,000, please. I mean, I told you guys to take advantage of this dip. We knew it wouldn't last long, especially with all the bullish momentum in the market. Anyone think, and all due respect, JV, that maybe 250,000 Bitcoin price might be better for a party? After all, 100,000 is not really that much more than the all-time high in 2021, only 22.6% greater. Any thoughts? Well, how about this? Considering we've all been anticipating this 100,000 price action for years and anticipating this fiesta in Puerto Rico, we're definitely going to party when we hit 100,000. Maybe we'll throw a secondary party at $250,000. Why not? And then maybe when we hit $500,000, the third party, and the big boy is when we hit the $1 million price action. That'll be literally 4 parties. Let me know what you guys think and how many of you are down to come. Let me know. Shout out Knox Bill. Shout out to Dracula. I appreciate you. Says there'll be a lot of crying for those who missed the boat. Sure is. Bitcoin is the arc. hop on board. You know what I mean? Relaxing. What it do, fam? OG Blockchain. Welcome to the pod. Appreciate you guys. We have Alice. Welcome. Namayon Renkeyo. I don't know what that means, but it sounds lit. At least Bitcoin is up. Only the silver lining. Shout out to Bring Facts. The Never Ending Party. That's right. It kind of reminds me of a childhood movie, The Never Ending Story, but we'll have the Never Ending Fiesta. How about that? So I'm glad I managed to catch a few new favorite shows on YouTube. Glad I discovered you in this channel. Thank you, The Cuff. Greatly appreciate that. What up, Greg Miranda? What it do? Shout out OG Backroad Crypto Bootleg in the building. That's right. Abel Gonzalez, let's go 42,000 this weekend. I agree. $200,000 Fiesta. Well, let's make it happen. Hello from Montreal. Shout out to all my Canadians out there. I appreciate you tuning into the live, Frank. What up, Silas? The masses will like Bitcoin once it's boring and like overcooked vegetables. Hey, are you dissing overcooked veggies, man? How dare you? Tobias, hey JV, appreciate you. No orange today fashion-wise. I mean, at least we got the orange overlay box, so we're keeping it orange pill. You already know, fam. Let's get it. Welcome everyone just joining us. Crypto Lucian in the building and the rest of y'all. Quick reminder, if you're new to the channel, be sure to smash the subscribe button to receive daily premium crypto news alerts every single day, just like this. And be sure to smash the like button as it helps out tremendously with the YouTube algorithm. And we already have the Christmas theme ready as we have entered December. And we're going to have some more overlays throughout the month as well for the different scenes. So let me know if you are ready for Christmas. Where do you feel the Bitcoin price action is likely to take us? And welcome everyone. This is podcast episode number 1478. I'm your host, JV. Goodbye, Moonvember. It's officially December 1st. Let's go. Yes. So let's kick it off with our market watch as we do each and every day. We got Bitcoin pumping. We just tapped 19-month highs at roughly 38,800. We're currently still up over 2% on the day, trading above 38.4. We also have Ether trading above 2,000 and the rest of the major cryptos pumping and in the green. They say when in doubt, zoom out. So let's look on the monthly. Bitcoin now up almost 11% and Bitcoin's now up probably close to 140% from the beginning of the year. We have Ether up almost 15%, Solana up 56%, Cardano up 30%, and even XRP and BNB are in the green for the month. And checking out coinmarketcap.com, we're sitting at 1.44 trillion as far as the market cap with 47 billion in volume in the past 24 hours. We got the Bitcoin dominance at 52.1% and the Ether dominance also on the climb at 17.3%. And checking out the top 100 crypto gainers of the past 24 hours, Terra Classic leading the pack up 17% on the day and almost 84% on the week, trading at 0.00013. Then we have Celestia up almost 10%, trading just under $7, followed by Arweave up 9%, trading at $8.44. Now, which altcoins are you currently most bullish on for this bull run? Please do let me know in that live chat. Don't forget, this is a live and interactive show, so also let me know where you're tuning in from. And checking out crypto bubbles, massive gains throughout the entire crypto market. As you can see here, virtually everything is in the green. Zooming out on the weekly, even bigger gains. Some are in the red. We had some alts dump majorly, including X and EHEX. And checking out the monthly, virtually everything is just rocking and rolling. Some of these cryptos are up 100 or 200+%, including Celestia, Tau, and even FTT, the scam token of the FTX exchange. And checking out the Crypto Greed and Fear Index, we're currently rated a 71 in greed. Yesterday, a 74. Last week, a 66. And last month, a 66 in greed. So there you have it, my crypto fam. Let me know how many of you are bullish for this December, and where do you think the price action is likely to take us? Holla at your boy. Shout out Neo Styles. Good game last night with the Cowboys. Felix says, how is FTT still there? It's $1 million mystery, right? Now, it goes to show you there's probably a lot of degens that are looking for a come up. There's been some hype and speculation about a reboot of the FTX exchange. Now, it makes you wonder, do some of these regulators, does the chairman of the SEC, Gary Gensler, is he sitting on FTT? Who in the world are the FTT whales? Things that make you go, Good thoughts, fam. Eye of the Beholders tuning in from Houston. I appreciate you tuning in, fam. CTO Pan, what will you do near the top? Do sell in order to buy again during the next bear market, or the bear markets go away with the institutions in? Great question. I mean, a lot of you guys are going to try to outsmart the market, try to time the top and time the bottom and gain a larger position. But the reality, most of you are going to get wrecked. You're not going to time it correctly. I'll give you a hypothetical. Maybe this cycle in 2024, we hit 100 grand and we're like, oh my God, it's the top. I am selling. And then you sell your stash and you're like, I'm going to buy it back at 30,000 after the 70% drawdown. What if we don't draw down, but we have a double top? And in 2025, we just continue marching on up. And instead of 100,000, we end the year at a cycle peak of 333,000, just the hypothetical. And now you're on the sidelines, you don't have a bag, and you just shot yourself in the foot. So the safest strategy, the no-brainer, in my humble opinion, is just stack sats and dollar cost average the same way Michael Saylor does it. Even if he buys at the top, it's irrelevant because he knows where Bitcoin is heading. And right now their position is up over $1 billion and it's just getting started. And yes, MicroStrategy will become amongst one of the most richest companies in the world because you can do the math, especially as Bitcoin heads on up with its trajectory of the price action. You know what I mean? No altcoins, there are no second best, says Abel. Well said. Nice time for a broadcast viewing from Northwest. Thank you, Silver. Much love. 40,000 before the GTA 6 trailer Grand Theft Auto. Tobias, is Bankman-Fried going to be featured in Grand Theft Auto? I say they should feature him. I think he deserved it. Right now I am lowering my head and making deliveries from Brooklyn. BK, be safe out there, fam. Manhattan, shout out to my New York fam. I bought a small bag of Luna, as there are idiots out there, says Cuff. Happy 11/11 dankness. Appreciate you, fam. That's the idea. Guess the top and the bottom. That's the way to do it. Had a dream. The ETFs were approved on Xmas Day. I hope that dream turns into fruition because it'll be a Merry Christmas for all of us, Alex. But I'm not holding my breath. I think the SEC will continue to delay it until they can no longer possibly do so. They ETF analysts, we're going to be discussing this later, they're giving it a 90% probability we get the approval in January. So we shall see. Let me know your thoughts. Good morning, brother. Good morning, Rachel. Thank you for the hard work. Peace. Much love. Appreciate you tuning in. Dracula, 100% plus having an ETF would mean the drop won't be as big. Good point. This weekend is most likely to be volatile. That's right. Bitcoin is always volatile because volatility equals life force. And the force is strong with BTC. You can also dollar cost average sell as well. Sell a bit and sell some more as it goes up. Eye of the Beholder says never sell. 100% DCA in and out of you even get out. MicroStrategy will buy AAPL. What does that stand for? Is that like Apple? Do let me know, Mike. I appreciate y'all. But anyways, we have a lot to cover, so let's dive into our Bitcoin technical analysis. Check out the charts where the Bitcoin price action is likely to go next. We know 40,000 is coming. But when? Let's discuss it, shall we? And welcome everyone just joining us. Bitcoin returned to 38,000 December 1st after the November monthly close became its best since April of 2022. And here you're looking at the Bitcoin 1 hour chart, which looks pretty lit. Data from Cointelegraph and TradingView tracked impressive overnight Bitcoin price performance, which held the key support. The close came in at just over 37.7 with the bid liquidity preserving the intraday range, avoiding a last minute sell-off. Per order book data from Trading Resource, material indicators, as you can see here, the monthly close looks pretty good, closing above 35,000, said Scoo. Could see some multi-week compression between $35,000 and $39,000, as the outline here. Scoo added that the major resistance on the monthly timeframes now lay higher at 47,000 and around the 2021 all-time high of 69 G's, baby. Quoting him here, the monthly candle was excellent with a candle body low of 34.5. This is important in the lower candle body low, which it was higher than the preceding candle body high. This is a sign of strength. And lest we forget to close 3,000 higher this month than last month, that's progress. Now quoting the Wolf of All Streets, Scott Melker, Bitcoin is breaking out on the lower time frame. The trip above the 38,000 mark, which came hours after the close, marked Bitcoin's first noticeable move in the latter half of the week. U.S. macroeconomic data prints conversely failed to attract much of a response. We have the Fed Chairman Jerome Powell due to speak on the day in what could be the last chance for the external volatility to be triggered. Now, highlighting the stubborn nature of the current range below 40,000, Material Indicators co-founder Keith Allen argued that clearing it would be high significantly. Now, Allen referenced the historical resistance support lines in play within the range. These of similar importance to those already cleared, such as the previous cycle's 2017 all-time high of near 20,000. Now, how many of you were in Bitcoin in 2017? Let me know. Quoting him here, if you think Bitcoin is hovering around an arbitrary price, you would be mistaken. There's a significant amount of historical confluence in this little resistance support flip zone. And as you can see in the chart, it shows levels to note on the monthly chart, along with the long and short signals from one of the Material Indicators proprietary trading indicators. So the signals are bullish. So let's go. And as shared here, Bitcoin just hit the highest price in 574 days. Kind of feels like a lifetime, doesn't it? But we back, fam. So let's celebrate. Again, massive congrats to all my Bitcoin hodlers out there. And quoting Max Kaiser, millions are fleeing the repressive regimes of the United States, Canada, the EU, etc., and migrating to El Salvador, the new lands of the free. Preach. Shout out to everyone out there, Najib Bukele, and everyone making big moves. So there you have it, my crypto fam. How many of you are bullish for this December? And what do you feel we're likely to end the month of December? Let me know. I'll read your predictions out loud. Let's go. I told my dad to buy Bitcoin at 14 G's. He laughed at me when it crashed hard after it hit 69,000. It's too volatile, he said. It's still more than I told you to buy it for. Just hodl. Who's laughing now? The cuff. That is hilarious. You got to tell your pops was good. But kudos to you. Get them to tune into the show. Orange pill him with some Michael Saylor. Everyone learns from different types of people, and he may relate more to a Michael Saylor or a different individual than yourself. And no one is a prophet in their hometown, so don't feel bad. I think most parents probably wouldn't listen to their children. It's just the nature of the beast. You know what I mean? What up, Barry? What happens when all the Bitcoin is sold? I really don't know. The price is going to skyrocket is what's going to happen. There's roughly 2 million Bitcoin on the exchanges. The asset managers all going to be fighting for it, and the long-term hodlers are not going to depart with the Bitcoin, so the price is going to have to go up, and eventually people will sell at the price they're demanding. They feel their Bitcoin is worth. Millions aren't going to El Salvador. That's nonsense. Rich Dad Mike Saylor. Shout out Mike Saylor, the great legendary one and only Giga Chad. I was blissfully unaware in 2017, but am enthusiastically aware in 2024. Go Bitcoin and go Bitcoin miners. Let's go. Apple adopts Bitcoin. MicroStrategy may be the issue and the custodian of the back funds. Oh, word. That would be pretty massive. We know that, what's his name, Wozniak is pro-Bitcoin and Bitcoin friendly. I don't know about the current CEO, Mr. Cook. You guys got to let me know if you have any insights there. So we'll see. Apple has more popularity than BlackRock. I mean, they do produce the most popular phone in the world, right? The iPhone. Virtually everyone on the planet has one. Just saying. So yeah, that's a good point. New Hampshire here looking to move to Puerto Rico. Let's go. Shout out to ME. That's what's up. Where's the poll, brother? The poll you should see in the live chat. Be sure to participate. We're pumping right now, 38,500. Bitcoin's up almost $1,000 on the day. Not too shabby. I say we march on up because once we hit above 40,000, I mean, there's no telling how high we shall climb. I mean, this is the time of the year where things get really, really exciting. We just came off the back of a very bullish October, Moonvember, and December. That's the trifecta, so let's go. Neo Styles, living in South America is fun and allows you to accumulate more Bitcoin faster if you have a work from home job. That's what's up. Are you currently living in South America, Neo? Let me know. In which country are you in? And that would be pretty awesome if some more countries adopt Bitcoin as a legal tender. In South America, as I shared in yesterday's episode, there's 2 countries on the cusp, potentially 3 of doing so. We'll touch upon it a little later here in the show. You know what I mean? My children won't listen to dad about crypto. I mean, it is what it is. You probably got to get Mr. Beast talking about crypto and they'll be all ears. What did Jimmy say? Mr. Beast, you're a Bitcoiner? Oh my God, my father's a Bitcoiner too. Such legends. I want to be just like you. You know how it is. You know how influence works. 38.6, let's go. We in, baby. Quant will be bigger than Bitcoin for the infrastructure messaging software engineering reason, integrating crypto into the real world infrastructure, says Panda Poet. Well, I know it's all about interoperability and connecting various blockchains to one another, so it'll be interesting to see how Quant plays out. Daft question from a Brit, but where is Puerto Rico? Wow, I thought everyone knew. It's considered a part of the United States, but it's a territory. It's a Caribbean island, and it's just south of Florida, kind of near Cuba and Dominican Republic, Haiti, the Caribbean, Bahamas, in that area. So just south of Florida of the United States, you'll see Puerto Rico. You know what I mean? Hope to see you here for the fiesta, fam. If I move to Puerto Rico in 2026 after the next cycle peak, I hope someone there can show me how to windsurf on the breaking waves at the beach, Bitcoin mojitos, bikinis, and new friends. I don't think you're going to have any problem finding lessons on how to do so. My daddy is a whole coiner. I should only marry royalty, says Silas. Amen. Kids love Mr. Beast. Hey, adults love Mr. Beast too. I'm a big fan. Me and my daughter watch all of his new episodes as soon as they come out, and we're always excited to see them because he creates probably the best content you can ever create. He invests so much money into making the most epic experience in each video, but you guys already know. But yeah, Puerto Rico $100,000 party, Mr. Crypto Lane. Let's go. Looking forward to seeing you guys here. But without further ado, let's dive into our next story of the day and discuss the Bitcoin ETFs, which are on everyone's mind right now. The eToro CEO shared some insights regarding it. So let's break this down. While the grassroots crypto adoption went stale after last year's implosions of the industry, trading platform eToro's chief executive believes that the appeal of the ETFs for institutions and ease of investing through various platforms for non-professionals can further drive Bitcoin adoption. Let's go. eToro CEO Yoni Asia, he shared at the recent Abu Dhabi Finance Week that the institutions typically have rigid systems and prefer not to build the new infrastructure for each asset class. However, for him, products like Bitcoin ETFs align with their existing modes of operation, making it easier for them to enter the market without developing new frameworks. He explained the following: Bitcoin ETFs can be a significant driver of adoption because institutions work in a very rigid way. They are looking for the same infrastructure. An ETF, in many cases, is that infrastructure to enable institutional demand to those who don't want to self-custody. He makes a good point. Now, he also added that the availability of the Bitcoin ETF would likely bolster Bitcoin's legitimacy in the eyes of institutional investors and in turn support the asset's price as it represents a familiar and institutionalized form of investment. And here's the dude right here, the head of eToro. And it is eToro, I believe, that joint ventured with X and Elon. So when you type in Bitcoin and you see those charts and you have the opportunity to buy Bitcoin right on X, that's thanks to eToro, just FYI. Bitcoin surpassed 35 Gs in October, a price not seen since May of 2021, partly due to the excitement around the spot Bitcoin ETF approvals, such as from the largest asset managers, BlackRock, Fidelity, etc. The leading crypto by market cap has since hovered between $37 and now $39,000. And meanwhile, according to the CEO, the ease of investing in Bitcoin through user-friendly platforms and its integrations into diverse investment portfolios are crucial to the onboarding of more retail users into the market. Quoting him here, on the retail level, it's all about the user experience, simplicity, and the ability to embed crypto investments and crypto trading into a wider portfolio. This is what we believe crypto should be, an investment that is a part of a more holistic investment view of investing in the stock markets, yield products, and commodities. Now, a September report from the blockchain research firm Chainalysis shows that despite a decrease in worldwide grassroots crypto adoption, the lower middle income countries such as India, Nigeria, and Ukraine saw the most recovery in grassroots crypto adoption over the last year. Well, I know we had obviously a war in the Ukraine and there is massive poverty in Nigeria and hyperinflation of their currency, so it's not surprising. And according to the study, the numbers are extremely promising for crypto prospects, paired with the increasing institutional adoption driven by organizations in high-income countries. Quoting him again, I think generally, Bitcoin's adoption is about people understanding the need for unconfiscatable, censorship-resistant internet money. And that only grows over time. And I think a lot of you guys don't recognize the true value of unconfiscatable perfect money, censorship resistant. That is priceless, especially to billionaires and influencers around the world who don't want to get their funds confiscated, such as the Tates and many others, fam. The executives believe that the more people will understand why they need to accumulate crypto, the same way some investors deal in gold and other commodities. Quoting him again, crypto is still an emerging internet commodity and will continue to see increased interest over time in Bitcoin for the next decade. I have no doubt that in 10 years it is going to have higher prices and be a more significant force for the world. So there you have it, my crypto fam. Let me know if you agree or disagree with the sentiment from the eToro CEO regarding these Bitcoin ETFs. Now, new year all-time highs, guys. That's right, Laura. We hit 38.8 and we're currently at 38.7. We're probably about to break the 38.8. I think we're gonna head right on up to 40,000. Wouldn't it be lit if it happens during the live stream? You know, we always pump when we go live, so we should continue to pump, shall we? Let me know if you'd like to see that. I believe the correction starts on Monday, not financial advice, says Neo. Where are the Bitcoin chicks, says Jeff. There are Bitcoin chicks in the building. We have Laura right here talking to us. You know what I mean? We usually have Ellen, Helen. We have quite a few, but they're not always here. We're probably about 93% broski dominant here on the channel, but hopefully more and more women start getting subscribed to the channel and tuning in. Jeff Rhodes, in 10 years, everyone is going to be wishing they bought Bitcoin today. Facts, just like 10 years ago, everyone now today wishes they bought Bitcoin a decade ago, right? 100%. If more billionaires get scared, we'll have Bitcoin to the moon once they start buying. Well, considering no one can trust the United States government or any governments around the world for that sake, I mean, what better way than to hedge your capital and investment by parking it into Bitcoin, the only unconfiscatable form of money, which happens to be perfect money. There's a finite limited supply. It's censorship resistant. That's a pretty big deal in and of itself, and it's uncorruptible. You know what I mean? Women do love spending power. Amen, Silas. Now that I own 100 million Satoshis, I feel like applying for Bitcoin Spot ETF. Word up. Scott, I love smashing the top with the buys because I know it is not the top. Amen. And Bitcoin has no top because fiat currency has no bottom. That, my friend, is a fact. You know what I mean? Yes. Very interesting indeed. Let's hit 49,000 plus today, says Mr. Billy Evers. Send it and let's go. You should also live stream the $100,000 party if some folks cannot come. I'd love to, but at the same time, I want to be partying and not working. So we'll see though. You never know. We may have a dedicated streamer there to showcase the party. We'll see what we can do. Yeah, so I appreciate the ideas. I think we break the yearly all-time high again in a few minutes. I think you're right, Laura. Send it and let's go. And again and again and again until we hit 200,000. What a beautiful target. Let's go. Bitcoin, baby. Bitcoin is pumping because of JV. Thank you, George. Appreciate that. Robbie P in the building. Later on Rumble, I'm going to be reacting to your freestyle, which is called Cashless. It's going to be lit, so I'm looking forward to that. Let's get it. Things that make you say, you already know, fam. But without further ado, let's dive into our next story of the day because we have a lot to cover. We discussed Bitcoin ETFs, but now let's discuss specifically the dates and when we're likely to get the approval. Because according to the Bloomberg analysts, all of the ETF apps will get approved in January. And currently there's 13 of them sitting on the desk of the SEC. So here we go. Bloomberg analyst says the US SEC is gearing up to approve all bids for a spot market Bitcoin ETF. In a lengthy thread on X, James Safart says the SEC is making an earlier than expected ruling on Franklin Templeton's bid for a Bitcoin ETF, means the regulatory agency could be setting the stage to approve the others in January. Let's go. Quoting the analyst here. Wow, the SEC went super early on Franklin. They weren't due for another decision until January 1st. Now, notably, Franklin is the only issuer who didn't submit an updated Form S1 registration of asset-backed security yet. Wonder if that has any impact here. Going super early on Franklin today and potentially the Hashdex coming too would set things up for a full wave of approvals in early January. So what are your thoughts on that? However, the SEC didn't end up ruling early on Hashdex's bid. Instead, the regulatory body pushed it back to a specific date, prompting Safart to believe the SEC is aiming to approve all the Bitcoin ETF apps at that same time. And you can see them all right here. We got Grayscale, ARC21, iShares Bitcoin Trust, which is BlackRock. We got Bitwise Bitcoin ETP, VanEck. We got WisdomTree, Invesco, Wise Origin, Valkyrie, GlobalX, Hashdex, and Franklin Templeton. You can see the second deadline, January 1st of 2024. So could this be a sign of the times that they're all going to be approved? Let me know your thoughts. And quoting him again, this delay on Hashdex all but confirms for me that this was likely a move to line every applicant up for a potential approval by January 10th of 2024, which is the next major deadline. And if we miss that deadline, they're going to push it back again to the next deadline, which would be in March. But they say 90% probability we get this approved by January. However, you never know what's going to happen, especially with no Claire Gare, just saying. However, Safeart says the process may not go smoothly as there could be some hangups with the filing process, or the SEC may end up denying the bids. 100%, anything can happen. Gonna sprinkle some caveats here. Number one, this is just the 19B4, which is a new derivative security product filing for approvals. We know from updates and other sources that the SEC still isn't quite ready to approve the S1 prospectuses just yet. So approval could happen here without immediate launch. And number two, they could still be denied. So I'd love to know your thoughts, fam. How do you think this will likely play out? Let me know. And breaking news just in, Grayscale is preparing for its Bitcoin ETF launch with the hiring of Invesco ETF executive as the managing director to head the distribution and strategic partnerships. We are all set for rocket ship to the moon. Send it and let's freaking go. So yeah, let me read some of your comments out loud. And we're at 37,750. We're about to break the 19-month high of 39.9 on the live stream. It doesn't get more lit than that. Smash the likes if you're enjoying today's content. I greatly appreciate it, fam. Shout out Mike, says gold, silver, Bitcoin, and chill. Word up. Neo says gold is old, gold is sold. I mean, what do they say? Max Kaiser says gold basically is the poor man's Bitcoin, right? So if you can't afford Bitcoin, you go with the second best, even though there is no second best. I mean, as an alternative asset, you can put something into gold. But personally, I'm all in on Bitcoin. I feel it's just the superior apex predator, and all fiat currencies and assets will eventually go to zero against it. I do firmly believe that. Let me know your thoughts, fam. I know gold just recently surpassed $2,000 an ounce, but you got to look back and zoom out. They say when in doubt, zoom out. Well, gold was at $2,000 an ounce a decade ago. So why is that so exciting to you, gold bugs? I just don't understand it. You know it's heavily manipulated. The entire precious metals market is. The only thing that won't be heavily manipulated is going to be the Bitcoin ETF, because the Bitcoin spot offers true price discovery. Gary, the SEC, the regulators, the powers that be, they all know this. And that's why they've been suppressing this for the past freaking decade. Welcome, Melanie. Good to see you. Shout out Nukchoris. What it do, fam? You won't get 10x on gold. That's right. Maybe over the course of the next 10 years, you get lucky and maybe 5x and the gold ounce hits what? $10,000 an ounce. And that's if you're lucky. Bitcoin can do another 100x from here. So just look at the infinite potential because of a finite limited supply, scarcity, stock to flow. When you got massive demand and a very limited supply, it got that number go up technology, in which gold does not. Jason, what it do for Riani? I swear I'm going crazy. How many times has JV said he was going back to normal 3 p.m. Eastern stream tomorrow? So today and yesterday we had to do it extra early. I got to pick my daughter up from school, dog. It is what it is. But tomorrow we'll be back to the normal 3 p.m. Eastern time, just FYI. I appreciate you guys. George, I need to stop watching all these news. Which news you referring to? Jack Ono says pump it up. Even if gold breaks out 4,000 max price, don't get me wrong, I love my gold chains, but gold is prehistoric tech. Amen. Bitcoin is still a baby, says Silas. It'll still grow big. That's right. We just getting started. It's still a pup. Yes, the law of supply and demand, says Jeff. Right on. Digital dankness. Shout out to the GOAT. Let's go. Yes, relaxing took 5,000 years for it to get to 2,000. That's actually true. Crazy, right? Approval in March to line up with tax season. Could be James. Your guess is as good as mine, fam. Gensler will probably do the ultimate rug pull by not approving the ETFs in January. It won't matter, though. They will be approved eventually because Bitcoin rules. New all-time high. Not all-time, but for the year, fam. 19-month high, 38.9. Let's freaking go. We're pumping. I told you. I predicted it. Let's go. 40,000 incoming. Send it. Smash the likes. Let's go. Loving it. Mr. Billy Evers, welcome. 39,000. Massive congratulations to all my Bitcoin hodlers. You deserve it. We've been waiting a long time. 39's incoming. The next logical target is 40, 42. Escape velocity, 50 G's, baby. Send it and let's go. Pamp it up. You know that. There it is. New high for the day. Now over 38.9. 40,000 incoming. Again, roughly $1,000 away from 40. This is major. Let's keep it moving. Let's keep it pumping. You got to smash the likes. Spread the good word. I appreciate all the support. It means the world to me. 39,000 is incoming, only a few dollars away. Let's get it. The Gary put word. I think we get the biggest surprise in history. God candle, send it. 10,000. Let's get 40 and go right to 50. How does that sound? Look at it go. It's a beautiful thing. We should be doing a pump watch. Screw the news. Who cares about the news? Let's just watch the price. 39 incoming. We got to see it live in the flesh. Come on, 39, 39, 39. Let's go. This is so fun. I love it. I'm going to sip some water. Nuck says, can we please stop the show? My head will explode from all the good news. I feel you, dog. I feel you. I'm fastening my seatbelt as Bitcoin skyrockets, says Jeff. Strap in, fam. It's going. It's already 39,000 on Bybit. That's right. It's probably already 39 on many of the exchanges. Every exchange has a different price action. So Gary G goes short Bitcoin and then rejects it. He can easily play the system. All-time high is still cheap. Amen. Let's go. Joe Cunnings, welcome. Appreciate you tuning in. The JV effect, 39 G's, baby. Send it. All right. Anyways, I'm going to read our next story. I'm sure we'll pump the 39 and eventually 40 as the stream continues, but I still got a lot to cover. We broke down the latest with the ETFs. The next big news is adoption in Colombia. How many of you would love to see Bitcoin become a legal tender in Colombia? Do let me know, because Samson Mao is making big moves. Here's the president right here. And guess who was just with the president? Samson Mao. Check it out. He actually sent the president 100,000 sats to be exact, and orange pilled him. So massive respect and shout out to Samson Mao. And as he shares here, thank you, President, for the welcoming message. We're excited to help Colombia to move forward. Don't lose your Bitcoin. So there you have it. And he had very positive words to say. And they're talking about adopting Bitcoin. And there's other countries in South America looking to do the same. And all thanks to Samson Mao. He's like an ambassador to help these leaders of the world, including people in Mexico, politicians from all around the world. So he's making big moves. And this is pretty lit. I lived in Colombia. I spent 6 months in Medellin. It's a beautiful place to be. There's a population of roughly 50 million people. So this could be the next evolutionary step for mass world adoption. Let's go. Colombian President Gustavo Petro reportedly became a hodler of Bitcoin. This development comes on the heels of a meeting between the president and delegation led by Samson Mao, founder of Jan3, a company at the forefront of the Bitcoin nation-state adoption. The meeting, as reported by local media, that's right, and through social channels, represents a significant step in exploring the integration of Bitcoin and blockchain tech in Colombia's socio-economic fabric. Jan3's statement on X hinted at potential policy shifts. Quoting him here, is Bitcoin usage in Colombia likely to usher in new policies? Definitely, maybe. The Jan3 team met with the president to discuss its potential implementation in social projects. Now, further adding to the intrigue, Samson Mao posted an image with the president revealing the president of Colombia is now a Bitcoin hodler for sure, 100,000 sats to be exact. That's what's up. Mao expressed gratitude towards the president for his openness, stating, "Thank you, President, for the welcoming message. We're excited to help Colombia to move forward, and don't lose your Bitcoin." Sage advice. There you have it. That's pretty epic, to say the least. And additionally, we have the CEO of IOV Labs acknowledging the meeting's significance, aligning with the goal to foster a more prosperous society. He said, "Thank you, President, for receiving us. We share the commitment to create a more prosperous society." So there you have it. Now let's discuss this adoption a little deeper. Local media outlet Diario and W Radio reported that the president is exploring the use of Bitcoin in the national economy through cooperatives. The president is also considering the application of blockchain tech in various public sectors, such as the health billing, management of special asset society, and large restitution processes. The president emphasized the potential for managing the health billing system and property management in real time using blockchain tech, as well as the integration of Bitcoin and worker cooperatives within the popular economy. The meeting at the Casa de Nariño included discussions on these key issues, underscoring the growth interest and potential government support for Bitcoin and blockchain tech in Colombia. Participants included renowned blockchain tech experts Samson Mao, Diego, Raul, Edwin Rivas, Christian Quintero, and Mauricio Tovar. However, it's important to note that cryptos are not yet regulated in Colombia. The Financial Superintendency has been conducting a pilot plan for the use of crypto for a few years, but the results are still pending. The implementation of the strategies proposed by the president remain uncertain until further developments in crypto regulation are made in Colombia, and the president's engagement with Bitcoin and block tech experts signals a possible pivot towards embracing these technologies at the national level. As Colombia grapples with the regulatory aspects, the president's involvement could be a harbinger of more definitive Bitcoin and crypto policies and broader adoption in the near future. Now, remarkably, Mao has just a few days ago in Suriname, where he met the president, Sean Santoki, in which I shared in great detail in yesterday's episode, another country likely to adopt Bitcoin as a legal tender. Their population is roughly over 600,000, and they are just north of Brazil. And other government officials to develop a potential Bitcoin strategy to transform the small South American country's economic model. Amongst other things, Mao also hinted at the central bank investing 1% of its reserves into Bitcoin. So is this a coincidence? We're pumping, hitting new 19-month highs off of the back of all of this institutional adoption. We have nation-state adoption, major countries contemplating making Bitcoin a legal tender. I don't know. Let me know your thoughts, fam, in the comments right down below. And let me read some of the comments before we dive into our featured story of the day. And I share with you, actually, we have two more stories. I'm going to be sharing a prediction from on-chain analyst Willy discussing Bitcoin can climb as high as 524,000 per coin for this cycle and the years ahead. And also be discussing the latest from Jack Mallers, the Strike CEO, predicting Bitcoin is going to smash multiple six figures at neck-breaking pace and eventually hit $1 million per coin. You know what I mean? Welcome Unmatrix, meeting BlackRock for the second time this week and knocking out Hashdex's dirty fake spot ETF mixed with futures. The announcement must be today or next week, and we are running for a reason. Amen, Unmatrix. You not think it might be a super cycle after the ETF gets approved, says the Cuff. Gold went on an 8-year bull run after its ETF got approved. Anything is possible, fam. We shall soon see. Escobar money all in Bitcoin. We go into the record high. That's right. I actually visited Pablo Escobar's graveyard. I did a tour. I saw the home where he got shot. It was his mother's house. He got shot on the rooftop. It was actually a thing. But anyways, he is from Medellin, so just FYI. 2024 rocket Bitcoin price as future discussions shift our Satoshis because full Bitcoin's unavailable for purchase. Hodl your Bitcoin, my friend. What's the high now? We hit 39.9 and some change. I mean, we hit 38.9 and some change. Did we hit actually 39 on the screen? Let me know. I know on some exchanges we have probably smashed it, but we're still pumping. Orange is the new green. I like that, Jack Ono. Hex on is a good buy now. Well, it's probably the biggest loser in the market for the past month. Hex and eHex has been getting wrecked. And rumor has it, the SEC is trying to chase down Richard Hart and serve him, but they can't find him. So if anyone knows where Richard Hart is, you know what I mean? Chummy, I max out now, invest for my great-grandchildren. I told my children not to touch it. This is for their grandchildren. That's what's up. Much love and much respect. This is generational wealth. You pass it. You don't sell it. I showed 39 on TradingView. That's what's up. So 39, we already hit it. That's a beautiful sign. So the next big target is 40,000, baby. Let's go. We hit 39 exactly, and it's now correcting. Ain't that some ish? Wonder what Gary and the SEC and his homeboys were doing to help bring the price back down. Resurrecting the bears from the dead like Lazarus? Like, what is he up to? Escobar built the whole neighborhood for the poor people. He did a lot for the poor. Just very unfortunately, there was a lot of violence and a lot of death. You know what I mean? But some people look at him as a hero, but I'd say the majority of the people in Colombia look at him and they're just glad he is gone because so many people got harmed, families and things of that nature. So is the biggest scammer I've ever seen. You talking about Richard Hart? Hex made me 124x. I bought more Bitcoin with the profit. Well, congrats to you, Andy, but a lot of people got wrecked. And if you look at the charts, Bitcoin versus Hex, it's down tremendously. I don't know the exact number. I don't want to make a number up, but it's down tremendously. The charts say the tail of the tape. You know what I mean? BlackRock is in the building. Is that Mr. Lawrence Fink? Let me know, big dog. Welcome, Jeff. Let's get it. Robbie P. RH is in Russia now. Richard Hart. Wouldn't surprise me. He's probably going to be very difficult to find. You know what I mean? Yeah, but anyways, fam, now that we tapped 39, I feel pretty damn good. That's a pretty big accomplishment. So kudos, congratulations, all the Bitcoin hodlers out there. Let's freaking go. Now let's break down our next story of the day, discuss this $524,000 target and the latest from on-chain analyst Willy Woo. Shout out Willy Woo. And again, shout out to Samson Mao making big moves. Let's get it. Here we go. Popular on-chain analyst Willy Woo says one indicator that marked Bitcoin's 2022 bottom is suddenly flashing bullish again. Woo tells his 1 million followers that Bitcoin is flowing off the exchanges, similar to how it did when the crypto market reached the bottom last year. Quoting him here, Bitcoin flows presently, making a strong flip to moving off the exchanges again. I haven't seen such a swing towards buying since the market bottom. Now, fellow on-chain analyst Plan B is also bullish on Bitcoin. He says Bitcoin's hash rate, which measures the processing power of the King Crypto's network, suggests the top digital asset will remain above one key level. Quoting him here, breaking Bitcoin valuation based on difficulty, which is the hash rate, increased to 35,000 yesterday. In my opinion, this could mean that apart from the possible black swans or short-term volatility, based on the dollar kilowatt arbitrage fundamentals, Bitcoin will never go below 35,000 ever again. Do you hear that, perma bears? And all you guys shorting Bitcoin, pay attention. Plan B recently said he believes Bitcoin can hit $524,000 per coin within the next 4 years based on historical trend during the 4-year halving cycles. He says Bitcoin seems to perform 4x the lower range of the cycles. Quoting him here, at 2012 halving, most Bitcoin was less than 16 bucks. At the 2016 halving, most Bitcoin was in the $256 to $1,024 range. At the 2020 halving, most Bitcoin was in the $4,000 to $16,000 range. And by the time of the 2024 halving, most Bitcoin will be in the $16,000 to $65,000 range. I would not be surprised if the next 4 years, most Bitcoin will transfer in the $65,000 to $524,000 range. And the stock to flow is ultimately saying, expect the Bitcoin price past the halving, which means post-halving 2024, in the range between $100,000 and $1 million per coin. Now, granted, that's a pretty wide gap, but nonetheless, it's bullish as all hell, so you gotta love it. So $524,000, $500,000 Bitcoin price. What are your thoughts, crypto fam? Let me know in the comments right down below. And do you agree we'll never see a sub $35,000 ever again? And let me read your comments out loud. Welcome everyone just joining us. JVians and Wooligans. Sounds like a new major motion picture. I dig it. Willy Woo, let's go. Gold hits all-time high, 2,076. Is that like today? That just happened? Let me know. Bitcoin was pausing, my alts were screaming. Now Bitcoin is screaming and my alts are pausing. Funny how that happens, but all working higher. Amen. A rising tide rises all ships. JV in the house, or JC. Shout out Justin Campbell. Appreciate you tuning in. Let's get it. To buy 20 different paper wallets for $25 Bitcoin gifts, should I use a Bitcoin ATM? Well, if you don't mind paying the maybe 5 to 10% ATM convenience fee, why not? It's up to you, fam. Do what you got to do. Hex, yeah, I mean, it is what it is. Just be careful ish coining out there. Most people will get wrecked. RIP Bear, says Knox Bill. On Matrix seems to be a ton of resistance at every $500. No free rides as predicted after 38, right? We were anticipating like going right to 42, but hey, it takes a little time, but I think it's a good thing as well. If we climb up too fast, then we're likely to drop fast. What comes up fast comes back down fast. But if we strong and steadily continue to build, stronger support, we smash and melt through the resistance like butter. Right now, we're above 38.8. Bitcoin's up 1,100 on the day. We already tapped 39,000 as the 19-month high. Very exciting times. I woke up and I stacked more sats. Under 50,000 is cheap. And it's crazy because I woke up, yes, a lot. I checked the prices, but I woke up and I had that feeling and I checked the price and we were at what? I think it was like 30 38,700. And I'm just like, good Lord, we have a new, 19-month high, and now we're pumping as we're on the stream. So much respect. You got to respect the pump. The cuff, approximately 600,000, I think, says Bijan Nilsson. Word, that's a good spot. Yes, that is today. Rumors China's buying a lot of gold. Yeah, and the central banks of the world are hoarding it in tremendous amounts. You know what I mean? Be careful out there, though. They'll sell you some fool's gold, and it'll be plated, and it'll have tungsten, another metal underneath, which China is notorious for doing, just FYI. I've seen reports of that. What up, Jeff? Yeah, man, it's getting lit right now. Cardano likes, says Jeff. What do you guys think of Charles Hoskinson? You guys saw his recent rant against the Orange Pill Moon Boys, as he put it. What are your thoughts on that? No free rides, you're right. Yeah, so keep stacking them stats. Shout out Clout Casino. Appreciate you. Silas says, I woke up, I checked the Bitcoin price, then I looked at the time. Right on, Silas. Smart. Always look at the prices first. My chat is not appearing in the insert chat. What's up with that? Maybe try a refresh. I don't know. It's working on my end, fam. It seems to be working for everyone else. We got 203 votes in the live chat. When 40 G's, baby, is looking more and more probable as the price continues to pump within the next 24, 48 hours. So let's freaking go. Bitcoin is the only gold I need, says RJ. Word up. There is no second best. You know what I mean? Would you confidently buy more Bitcoin at today's prices? Because I did. 100% digger builder. If you got dry powder, if you got cash, you got fiat, you got their Ponzi scheme, money backed by nothing, I would put it in the most hardest asset to ever exist. Perfect money, BTC, 100%, no question asked. So smart move, congratulations, let's get it. Looking back 5 years from now, you're not gonna be like, oh, I should have bought it at 37, I paid 38. It's irrelevant when it's $1 million a coin or 500,000 a coin or 300,000 a coin. So let's freaking go. He's just trying to stand up to the SEC, says Jack. Well, I respect that, but at the same time, they're coming after him. Trust that. It is what it is, you know what I mean? But anyways, fam, let's now break into our featured story of the day. Jack Mallers, the Strike CEO, says the Bitcoin price action is likely to tackle multiple six figures at neck-breaking speed, and it'll eventually hit $1 million per coin. So let's break this down for you. Welcome to everyone just joining us. Massive shout out to everyone out there. So he was recently interviewed on Fox, and this is where he shared Bitcoin is going to hundreds of thousands of dollars per coin. I agree with him, and here's a little more insights to what he shared in this specific interview. The CEO of Lightning Network wallet Strike says one catalyst can trigger a surge for Bitcoin, which would swiftly see it hit six-figure price tag. And how many of you agree with Jack Mallers? In the interview, he says that he envisions Bitcoin eventually being worth hundreds of thousands of dollars per coin as the US government continues to mount more debt. Quoting him here, oh my gosh, this thing is going to hundreds of thousands of dollars per coin. The US government is in so much debt. The way I think about Bitcoin's price, it equals technology plus fiat liquidity. So it is going to go up because it's innovative tech and is better money. Preach. But what really shoots it up at neck-breaking pace is when our government is tens of trillions of dollars in debt and has to roll that debt over. So you get a lot of money to print and financial assets are going to soar. Bitcoin goes up most because it's the hardest to make more of. Facts. Every other asset out there they can make more of. They can find more gold. They can print more money. You name it. Bitcoin's the only one with the finite limited supply, making it perfect money. So according to Mallers, the government will continue to print money to prop up the economy rather than opt for the hard reset, a move that will cause the assets such as stocks and crypto and gold to soar. Quoting him again, the government has a third option, which is unique to them. They can print the money that they are missing, and when they print the money that they are missing, they are stealing from all the people that hold US dollars. The only way to save yourself is to not own dollars, and that's when you see things like the S&P and gold and Bitcoin soar. That's what is going to happen over the next 2 years. And to watch this interview he did on Fox, check the show notes below the video in the description. I also transcribed another interview he did, I think it was also on Fox, and he shared some very powerful insights I want to share with you. If silver is going to 1000x, I will walk into my kitchen right now, I will melt all my silverware, and I will sell it at market. If gold is going to rally, Elon Musk will find more on Mars. This is a super important point. Bitcoin is the only monetary instrument in the history of our species that is fixed. It does not matter how much more demand comes into the asset class. No one will ever be able to make more of it. There are two things I can guarantee you in my life. Number one, that I'll die. And number two, there will only ever be 21 million Bitcoin. Preach. And those are the two things that I can only value. It's my life and my Bitcoin. So it is the only fixed supply asset. It is not that complicated. It's going to go up because everything else can be issued more. He makes a brilliant point here. The only thing that is clear to us and clear to our customers is that you cannot hold and save in dollars anymore. Tell them. I think there is going to be a new era of the US dollar where inflation will enter and normalize 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10%. The days of 2% inflation are over. The Fed really blew this thing up. You can call it inflation because the CPI is a load of nonsense, right? Amen. Like the government is going to tell me how the dollar is inflating based on a basket of instruments. Like my Netflix subscription or my Caesar salad doesn't actually tell me how the dollar is doing or how much it is being devalued. Miami real estate does. Bitcoin does. Bitcoin is up over 50% this year, now up roughly 140%, just FYI. So you're telling me the dollar isn't inflating? You're out of your mind. I'm not listening to that. The Fed and the whole monetary system is based on trust, and they constantly break that trust. It would be the equivalent to there's a fire outside my house. I smell the smoke, and someone tells me, nah, it's a bunch of teenagers putting on a bonfire. Okay, but I hear one police siren. Are you sure it's a bonfire? Oh, yeah, it's a bonfire. Now I hear 10 sirens, 100 sirens. Now my whole community is running out. I'm not going to get up and look outside the window to see what's going on. I don't believe them for a second. You have to be absolutely crazy to believe the Federal Reserve right now. They're full of it, and I don't have to because I own Bitcoin. Word. There's no one that can deflate my instrument. I get to hold it, save in it. I know the monetary policy. I sleep like a baby, like the baby face that I am. I think you're crazy to believe the Fed and these swap lines and treating these assets at par. It is a gimmick. It is a scam. Very powerful words coming from Jack Mallers. I shared this back in August. It got a lot of love, so I wanted to share it with you today. We already got 371 retweets, 1.8 thousand likes. So if you like that, let me know your feedback. Also, he shared Western Union can't allow me to pay for my coffee. Visa won't allow me to remit money. Lightning does both and better, and open and global. And so you guys come out and play on my court, and let's see who can develop the best experience for the customer, because I bet all of my life I can build a better experience on the Lightning Network than Jamie Dimon, aka Jamie the Tapeworm Dimon, CEO of JP Morgan Chase. Preach, and massive shout out to Jack Mallers. Now to his $1 million price prediction he shared in a different interview. I want to highlight some of the highlights from this speech that he gave because it's also very powerful. Here's what he says. I shared with you there are only two things that he can guarantee in his life. One, that he won't live forever, and nobody can create more than 21 million Bitcoins, which is the truth. He also shares that my overall opinion is the name of the game is to accumulate as much Bitcoin as possible. Regarding the altcoins, he says they're interesting, but a lot more speculative. I use them to accumulate more Bitcoin. Let me know if you agree or disagree with that sentiment. He also pointed out Bitcoin being hitting $1 million, and he says it will hit $1 million fueled by global hyperinflation. And I feel we're experiencing that just right now with the US dollar. They always claim 2% inflation, it's under control. It's a load of nonsense. They make up the numbers, they fudge the numbers, they pull them out of thin air so you could perceive whatever reality they want you to perceive. That's the nature of the beast. Trust nobody, verify everything. Stack sats, we're at 38,900 right now. Bitcoin's pumping, we up 1,200 bones on the day. Let's go. Shout out Jeff, appreciate you fam. I heard yesterday that Robinhood has strict transfer rates too, says Dankness. Word. I've been moving my Bitcoin into my Trezor, says Matt. Both Cash App and Venmo have ridiculous maximum withdrawal limits. It is going to take a while, so I'm glad I'm doing it now. Coinbase let me do a big transfer. That's shady as all hell. They're basically not allowing you to withdraw your full amount and giving you limits. I don't like that whatsoever. But I mean, the on-ramps and off-ramps are what the governments can control at the end of the day because they can't control Bitcoin. So what's the next best thing? They got to do what they got to do. Novum, you're going to do the 40,000 watch video. It's very possible. I have my daughter today, so if we do it, it'll be in the evening when she is sleeping, so I can spend all the quality time I can with her. You know what I mean? But yeah, if we can pump to 40,000, I'll look forward to going live, doing a pump party. We also have the evening show where we compress this live content. We just take all of the stories and we edit out all of the Q&A and all the interactions. So for those of you who just want the content without the filler, without the fluff, without the Q&A, the back and forth, be sure to check out the live premiere. That will be tonight at 9 p.m. Eastern. Looking forward to that as well. You know what I mean? Stylists always look only at revised numbers for inflation, etc. Even when there is a few months behind, they drop half the bad news in the initial release and the rest that is revised. Well, thank you for letting me know. Novum, appreciate you tuning in each and every day. Unlike gold or even stocks, it's easier to buy Bitcoin. You don't need to be an accountant or a trader. I've never bought either of those. I'm heavily invested into cryptocurrency. Very smart, my fam. That's what's up. Blue Zell has a listed max coin count of 500 million. That's the lowest I have found, but I have learned this supposed max limits can be increased. I don't know nothing about that, fam. I don't know why my eye is burning right now. I may have to wash my face. Is algo a security? In the eyes of the regulators, everything except Bitcoin and XRP is a security. It seems to be that way. Bitcoin is the only commodity they're willing to put their name on and say Bitcoin is a commodity. So again, and they just released a new lawsuit against Kraken, a crypto exchange, and they deemed 16 of their cryptocurrencies as unregistered securities. That includes Polygon, and that includes Solana and many others on that list. So be careful with those coins. You know what I mean? I can't wait to take my Trezor boating. Oh boy. Devin Morris, my bank stopped allowing me to buy crypto. Sign of the times. But I can transfer money to Coinbase and then buy Bitcoin or whatever with the cash. Good to note. Thank you for sharing. Most of them have limits because they're also banks. They have the following banking rules, thus the $2,000 limits. Oh, that sucks. It really sucks. Imagine being limited to only transfer 2,000 max. What if you're sitting on millions in crypto? Was it going to take you a few months to transfer all your funds out of there? That's a bunch of BS. What's going on? But anyways, fam, I appreciate y'all. We pumped to 39,000 during the live on YouTube. So what we're going to do next, and shout out to Peter Wald, you can buy 1 million Satoshis for, what is it, only $400 to become a Satoshi millionaire? No brainer. Nugent Thai, thank you for subscribing to the #1 daily Bitcoin pod. But what we're going to do next, we're going to continue with the uncensored version of Crypto News Alerts on Rumble. If you don't know, we stream simultaneous every single day, not only on YouTube, but on Rumble at the same time. When this YouTube stream ends, we'll continue with the uncensored version of the show. You'll notice here, I have this sexy board. I have some smart pads. We're going to be reacting to some hip hop videos within Bitcoin and cryptocurrency, including Robbie P's new freestyle. We may even be playing some other classics you've probably never heard before. It's going to be lit. I encourage you to join us right now. Head on over to Rumble, rumble.cryptonewsalerts.net, or simply open the Rumble app on your mobile phone and then just type in Crypto News Alerts. You'll see the live stream. I look forward to seeing you there. Hopefully we can continue the pump on Rumble and hit 40,000. We shall soon see. I appreciate y'all tuning in, and I look forward to seeing you tomorrow at our normal time, which is 3 p.m. Eastern. So please mark that. We'll back to the normal time tomorrow, Saturday, for Stat, Stack, and Saturday. It's going to be lit. 40,000 incoming. Let's get it. Head on over to Rumble right now, and I'll see you there shortly. Deuces, fam. Appreciate you. All right. What's up, my Rumble fam? We just finished the stream over on